This will be a nice long one, probably an hour and a half.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, it makes my mom happy, right? Yeah, I gotta go to work, so.
Oh, my fault.
We'll be all right.
What time you gotta be there?
Oh, I need a meal prep, so I want to at least be home by 11:30.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so we'll be fine.
I won't hold you that long.
So we got 2 hours. So we do have 2 hours. Good. Shout out to all my triathletes.
Oh, yeah.
That's a Colt, man.
Let's go.
Hot Wheels leading the way.
So I tell you, like I tell everybody, I'm on your time and I'm on your speed. So whatever works for you, works for me. I'm happy, but low-key sad. Because usually I like to hold the episode or the interview in your environment. Now this is your environment, obviously.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I know since you dominate or are in love with cyclocross, my goal was to have a gravel bike by now and to be able to just run out there with you, just to go, through one of your workouts or off days. Didn't happen, but I appreciate you for giving me this opportunity. Your girl, your niece, I should say, decided to pull the camera out of the bag and walked around like it was a hammer.
Oh no,
so,
no bueno.
Yes, and as soon as you texted me and was like, yo, let's do, I think this was Sunday, right? You said, let's do today. I was like, okay, cool. So I went running and did a nice little video, I thought, and then I go to edit it on Monday or Tuesday, and I was like, no, she did not. Oh my God. And I grabbed her instantly when she did it, but
misbehaving.
Oh my God. She's, 2 being 2.
I mean, a kid's gonna be a kid.
Absolutely.
A 2-year-old's gonna be a 2-year-old.
So luckily we have a brand new camera. So you get to be the first on a brand new camera, my boy.
You fancy.
And I don't know about that. I was like, how can I work this? I was trying to take off the extra screen, but that's how we got this extra freaking battery. What I was saying.
So I mean, that works out. It works out.
Absolutely. So, what up?
What's going on, bro?
Got a lot of love, but I ain't got a lot of time. Are you doing anything? Because you got to go to work.
I do have to go to work.
How are you doing? Abdul, tell the people a little bit about you, name, age, where you from, what you do, all that good stuff.
Amahl Abdul-Khaliq. I am 39, race age 40. I ride bikes a lot. All different types of bikes and do all different types of disciplines. So there you go.
I love it. So 40, that's young, man. That's young.
What's up?
You look great for 40.
I have a youthful spirit, So it's like, I think that I come from an art background. So I always say that artists generally tend to do, have a youthful spirit because they're always around the youth, Just like when you're in the art scene, painting, or you're a musician or whatnot, you're always around talent, Like Miles Davis, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Miles Davis was always the hippest guy, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how old he was. He was always around, but all his, the musicians he would hire were all young. He'd always get the new talent.
Yeah, I agree.
They come up, So it's kind of, so I think maybe that has a lot to do with it, trying to live as stress-free as possible. I mean, it's pretty hard being black, being black and being carefree. That's not really a thing, but that's something I strive for,
So how did you get into cycling?
It's a very complicated question. So apparently, my biological father, when my mom met him, he used to ride very often. Used to take do 50, 60-mile rides all the time. But then when I was around, he stopped all that, So I saw his bikes around, and I always had a fascination with bikes, but it wasn't through my family. But I remember watching ESPN, they had the X Games. I think it was maybe 97 X Games.
That's back when it was big.
Oh yeah, it was.
That was pretty much all ESPN showed. If it wasn't sports,
every Saturday morning they had the skateboarding, rollerblading,
BMX.
The B3 contest, and they had the BMX racing series. Yeah, so I was I want to do that, but I just didn't have the means of really get a bike to do that. So I've seen it before on TV, and I was always like very interested. I always wanted to BMX race, and you know, I was like, yeah, I want to do that, but I just didn't look like, you know, I didn't know. I had tell my parents like, oh, there's a BMX track here. Or like, oh, I need these parts and all this. I didn't really have the information, right?
Absolutely.
So, but I really like saw flatland BMX, which is like essentially like, I was like dancing with your bike.
The tricks and stuff, right?
Yeah, it's like flat ground. You're just doing a lot of bouncing maneuvers.
Right, parking lots and stuff.
Yes, you're in a parking lot all day.
Gotcha.
So I saw it and I was like, yo, that's cool. But I never thought like I can do it. Then I saw Dave Smith, the legend. I saw him doing it, man. He was like the coolest looking dude. Yo, he had like blonde dreadlocks. Yeah, black dude, blonde dreadlocks, man, wearing like low cut Pumas.
Was that the real inspiration right there?
Oh, for my hair? No,
yeah.
no.
Okay.
But I always wanted dreadlocks, so it wasn't like, that wasn't like the, but no, but definitely seeing him, like I was like, yo, it's like, not only is this dude black, yo, he's killing it, and he has like the best style. So, you know, I was just like so fascinated with Dave Smith, you know, and eventually, like later on, I got a job at McDonald's, fast forward to like 15, 16 years old. Got a job at McDonald's, saved up, got a bike. My stepdad got me a Walmart bike.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, my stepdad got me a Walmart bike, and then, you know, I was doing tricks on that. And then for my birthday, he was nice enough to bring me to, at this time I'm like living in Louisiana. He was nice enough to have me meet Terry Adams, who's a professional flatlander, still going strong still to this day.
Nice.
And I think it was like maybe I think it might have been like my 15th birthday. I went and met up with him and this guy named Chris Lilly. And that was like the first time I actually got to see like people ride like flatland at a high level in person. It just blew my mind. And I was like trying to ride with them. That'd be very nice. Went over to like Terry's house to watch like a bunch of videos afterwards. And then like Chris Lilly gave me like my first actual flatland frame.
Oh, nice.
And so the money I had with the money, like I sanded it myself, brought it to auto body shop, got it painted like all professionally, and then built parts up, and that was my first flatland bike. And did that off and on for a pretty long time. And so from there, Rubber's racing, man.
Hey, you know, I will say this, not trying to cut you off, but
no, you're good.
This is probably like the 15th one. The more I get comfortable with riding beside people, I can tell who actually races and who's like used to racing and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly, because it's not like a problem. Nobody's scared, nobody's nervous. Where usually it's like, hey man, we gotta get closer. We gotta get closer. We gotta get further, whatever. So I'm not worried. I appreciate it.
I trust you, man. So essentially, like that was like the thing. But you know, I was also interested in like street riding, like BMX street riding. It was like dirt jumping, all that stuff. I just didn't really have access to that, so I got a little bit into the street riding for a bit. And like to kind of like fast forward how I got into like a bike like this, I never thought I'd be wearing Lycra and focusing on being aero.
All right, so let's look at this beautiful bike.
Okay.
So this is a Canyon.
It is?
Canyon what?
It's an Aero Road, 2019 Aero Road.
I haven't seen you ride that one. I saw the time.
This is my road bike. Yeah, so my time, I just finished a gravel race, and so it's still in the suitcase.
Oh, I got you.
So I didn't unpack it.
Shout out to the gravel champ over here in Colorado. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to fast forward the story, but shout out to the gravel freaking champ. But yeah, tell us a little bit about this Canyon Aero.
I mean, it's still kind of weird how I got this bike. So originally, my road bike before this got stolen.
Dang.
And I was freaking out, like, damn, I need to get another bike. Pro's Closet had this bike on sale for like $2,500 and something odd dollars. And I thought that was like crazy because it came with like the top quality head wheels and just like the aftermarket parts on it.
Those are Hunt?
No, these are fast forwards.
Okay,
this is different. These are different wheels now. So, but the stuff that came with the bike should have probably been sold for like $5,000.
Yeah.
And I was like so perplexed, like, wait, why is this like so cheap? But because it's like a double XL frame and it's like 165 cranks, and I was like, oh, this bike's set up for me.
Yeah.
Like, I love this bike. Like, the average person wouldn't want it, but I'm like, yeah, that's my size, man.
So right up my alley.
Yeah. So,
Shout out to Pros and Clothes. I've seen them a lot back when I was looking hardcore, but I've, as a young black kid, sometimes, well, in the beginning of cycling, it was very hard for me to wrap my mind around how expensive cycling stuff was. And so I come from the motorcycle world, right? So
motorsport.
when I hear stuff like 2,500, I'm like, damn, I could go buy a whole Gixxer 750, put a couple more dollars and go get 1,000. I can buy 2 dirt bikes for that price, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I just couldn't fathom physically doing something that I had to spend money on, where I could just get on a motorcycle or get in a car and drive that same, 10 times the speed.
Oh no, for sure.
For free.
For sure.
Less like effort. But the more I get into it, I can see and understand and enjoy the realm of cycling.
And again, I came from BMX, so like I used to complain about those prices. Like that's like a joke in comparison to like this. So
I could believe it.
Yeah.
So you got lucky. You found this beauty.
I found it. Like when my other bike got stolen, I found this, and then I didn't like it for a while. But once I started like, they had an integrated handlebar system. I got rid of that.
Gotcha.
And then I started changing the bike to fit me. I was riding a bike trying to fit the bike. Then I was like, no, we got to make the bike fit me. So let's we got to change this, change that, and it worked out. So
how do you think? How important is a real good bike fit?
I think it depends on the bike fitter you work with, first and foremost.
Let's go.
Different bike fitters have different philosophies.
Oh, that's it.
Like, you got to make the bike fitter work for you, not the other way around, you know? So, and it doesn't, like, usually most people probably think it's one and done. It's probably like, probably need like, like five bike fits or something, you know? Okay. And probably from the same person, you know?
I got you.
Who, like, you build a rapport with them and they understand your body. You know, the more information you give them, the better it works out. So,
and what you're desiring to do on the bike.
What you're desiring to do on your bike, are you doing stuff off the bike to help you work on your problems?
I try to explain that to my brother. He just got into cycling, and you know how when people are not into the sport, sometimes it's hard for them to take advice from people that are.
Okay.
And I was trying to explain to him, bro, what you see on YouTube and read on Canyon is not the like definite. Like it's not buying a car. Hey, I can move the seat back and be in this angle. No, like it just depends, because just because it says an aero bike, it doesn't mean that obviously you're going to be sitting vertical or angled over like if you're proing and so on and so on. Exactly. And that's what I was trying to explain to him. When I first bought this bike, never got a fit. I just got on it when they gave it to me, rode, so on and so on. And I rode like that for like a year and a half. Well, maybe like a year ago, I was about to go to DR.
Okay.
And I went to a bike shop here in Baltimore and Trek. And the guy was nice, and he was like, hey man, I think you're sitting a little bit too high up in XYZ.
Right.
So he was like, can the handlebars a little bit, tilt my seat down.
Okay.
So, but the crazy part about it is I felt more comfortable the other way. Maybe it's because I was used to it, right?
Everybody's probably used to that position for a long time. It takes a while for you to adjust.
And then the seat is canted down, so it's more into like a aero/race.
Well, you allow you to roll your hips forward.
Exactly. But now my body got to get used to the hips.
Yeah.
And now I'm sliding on the goddamn seat.
Yeah, you're not supposed to slide. So.
Exactly. So it's like, you know.
But just because someone works at a bike shop doesn't mean they're a fitter, you know. So.
And that's no slouch to you, my guy. But that's just, you know. Like you said, everybody's different.
Everyone is different, and like fit changes. It's not a finite thing.
What is your goal behind the?
Well, like bike fitting?
Yeah. No. I'm saying the person. What is your goal behind the fit?
You know,
that's the thing.
Generally, it's like 1, be comfortable. 2, be powerful. 3, to be aero. It's like a balance of all 3. You know?
No, I get it.
So like I want a position where like if I had to do like an hour-long climb, you know, I want to be and have enough space on the saddle where I can like push back, get on my, you know, my top, like right here in this position, and just like push back and ride. But at the same time, I want to be able to like hold this position and still be
Get
semi-comfortable,
right.
you know, or like even get more extreme. So
Get a nice
I
grab.
just kind of have a balance between working through all those positions while being like nothing's ever gonna feel like I'm just like laying in like a goose feather, you know, pillows or something like that. But yeah, just trying to find a balance between those three. It's like it's hard. So you solve one problem, you create another. So
I agree.
You know, if you don't feel like you're having any issues or pain, and stick with what you got, man. Just keep it simple.
Don't overcomplicate it.
You know.
Don't overcomplicate it.
Don't overcomplicate it, you know? So it's like, I think of my friend Rachel Red. What's up, Rachel? So we always, like, she's joked with me about like how she's like, I have to get an aero bike because I'm not aero. But man, fastest motherfucker, though. Like ride tempo all day, has a good sprint, you know? And she's like, all day just like this,
Just
you know?
it.
So like, you know, it works for her,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like, I'm too big and tall for that. I gotta like really focus on getting as low. Like I said, coming from the Velodrome, when it comes to like the adult bikes, that's why I like to joke and say, coming from a 20-inch, these are the adult bikes, right?
Right.
So, again, I was lucky enough to be mentored by many great people. Carlton Hall was just like, it doesn't matter how much power you put out, it doesn't matter what your peak sprint is or your 10-second power. If you can't get aero, you're never gonna have success like on the Velodrome. So he really stressed to like work on your flexibility, get low, you know, get in the drops, and get comfortable riding like this, you know, tuck in your elbows, you know, really think about my posture on the bike. Being able to do it while you're tired is another thing, because you can do anything when you're fresh. You know? Like you said, you can do anything when you're fresh, but like, can you do it like at max heart rate? You know, how well can you keep your form? Because, you know, if you're sprinting and you're like this, you're just eating a lot of wind, you're slowing down. So
That makes sense.
yeah, this is like really thinking about the details. I think that's what really separates like lower category from higher category. It's like how much more you're focused on details. You know?
No, for sure. So we got into road biking first. Well, I mean,
So like
BMX first and then road.
So it's BMX. My buddy Omari, like he comes from Flatland, professional flatlander, killing it. You know, one of the very few black pros we have in the United States.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's killing it. You know, he also comes from track, and he came to visit me for a contest. And we're riding our BMX bikes in the streets of New Orleans, and he was like, yo, you need to be a track sprinter. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, man, on the Velodrome, man, on fix your bike. And I was like, fix gear? You talking about like that hipster shit? You know, like those people should be riding BMX bikes.
I'm
like,
a BMX guy. I'm not
like,
doing
you know,
that.
I was more at the time, I was like salty because I'm like, man, they need to ride BMX. Like it's just hurting the industry, you know?
Yeah.
That's how I was looking at it at that time. But, you know, I'm not as ignorant anymore, you know? So, but then he was like, yo, like, no, this is the Velodrome, you know? And then like, I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. And then he showed me like Gregory Bouget, who's like raced on the French national team from Guadeloupe. You know, this man he was like mad niggerish, and I was like, yo, they got those on bikes? Like, yo, this dude's, you know, he's like so, you know, like in an island way.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah,
so, like, yo, I was like, yo, I love this dude, man. Like, Eugene Phillip from Trinidad and Tobago. Like, he's a amazing rider himself. So it's like, I remember like seeing him at the 2012 Olympics, like going, not like live, but like going back and watching. He was 4th place in individual sprints. Dang. This man was like, he's with his coach lined up, jerseys like skin suits half zipped. He's got all these gold chains on. I was like, yo, that shit's tight, you know?
2012.
You didn't see like
Nothing like that.
When I think of like cycling, I just thought of like an old dad, you know, old white man.
No, for sure. I agree.
Pot belly.
I agree.
You know, riding bikes. Nothing wrong with that. But I never thought of it like, oh, that shit looks cool, you know? So, and that made me like, whoa, there's like a lot of black people on the Velodrome in comparison to like the other disciplines. And then, you know, eventually like I learned about like Corey, Justin, Rasan Bahati.
Yeah.
Gideon Massey was definitely like a rider who my buddy Carlton told me like, yo, you need to really look out for this guy. You guys are like the same height, similar build, like similar like flexibility. So I kind of started like modeling like the way I ride my bike after like watching footage of him a lot, like studying like his races and stuff. You know, he's definitely like a person people don't really talk about, which is a shame because he's like a multiple time Olympian, like
Freaking dope.
has way too many national championships, you know, but like he's just not
And the like
you know,
like a lot of others.
Yeah. But like it's all good though. He's dope. He's dope, you know. So yeah, hopefully maybe one day I'll run into him in LA or something. I don't know. But yeah, so
Switch to the Velodrome.
yeah, so went to the Velodrome. I got like a really bad wreck in 2020 that kind of halted like my track sprinting aspirations. Like I was off the bike for a year.
Dang.
So I had like a whole year comeback, like going through physical therapy, rebuilding up my knee.
You wanna talk about how all that happened?
I was doing a training ride, coming back home from the training ride, and car ran me off the road, slammed into like the side of a building.
Oh, so you weren't
20.
even on the Velodrome. You were just driving home.
This was like
on the streets.
This was just doing practice loops here, doing an endurance ride here.
Oh no.
You know, and then I was like riding. I was like really close to the house.
That's how they say it happens. Accidents happen within 5 miles from the freaking farm.
Yeah, it was like less than that. It's probably like one.
Dang.
It was like I was done, you know, and like I think it was like a 3-hour endurance ride, and I was like just coming back home. A car, like a DoorDash driver, was going too fast down the alleyway. You know, it's Baltimore, so people park in the corners. You can't really see.
Yeah.
But like it was kind of crazy. He was going like 20 plus, and I was going like 20 plus. And you know, I saw him. I was able to swerve. But then like bunny hopped up a curb and slammed straight into a building. So
Dang.
yeah, like shattered. Not shattered, but like had like a fractured patella. Chipped my fibia, I want to say. So I had like a pothole in my knee joint.
Damn.
Like I had like a punctured lung, but it wasn't no broken ribs. But yeah, I had a punctured lung, broken finger, sprained finger. Yeah, it was crazy. So in the hospital for like 3 days. Yeah, like it took me a year to get back on the bike. I didn't think I was gonna be able to like walk downstairs without being in pain. And 3 years after that, I finally got arthroscopic surgery to remove all the debris, like the loose cartilage and bone.
That's a blessing.
So yeah, when that accident happened, I knew I was gonna ride my bike again. But I started to think like, with like track sprinting, you have to really, you do just as much work off the bike as on the bike.
Yeah, because those are the guys with like the super big quads and stuff, right?
I would like to think that I'm still one of those people.
Yeah, I mean, I see.
Yeah, you know, you do a lot of like power training, you know?
Yeah.
So a lot of work with power, as in like speed with lifting the weights. So squatting constantly, a lot of squatting, a lot of like core work, you know? So a little bit, you gotta still have good grip strength for yanking the
Yeah,
bars.
because they're like,
So yeah. And also like a lot of like leg speed work. So I was always on the rollers. But yeah, so I felt like, I was just like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to like handle that. So I transitioned into like the endurance side. Just having more of a focus on that. And that's how I got into like doing road. But living here, I never was really interested in doing crits. It wasn't until I met like Lana Harshaw and Michael Brown at SOAR. I was like, well, if I were to do it, I'll do it with them, you know? And that's how I got on SOAR. You know, just talking with them, being friendly with them.
what about them made you interested in, like,
I love the community that Lana and Michael building.
shout out to
the team.
Lana. And
Like I felt like I didn't have to wear a mask to be accepted. They accepted who I was and who I am. So I got a lot of love for Lana and Mike. So, you know, I didn't necessarily feel like I'd be accepted in like just on any race team.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I also wanted to be on a race team I either wanted to be on a race team where like everyone's like astronomically like better than me, like all Cat 1s and 2s. So it was like, so I was debating whether to be on district velocity racing DVR.
Yeah.
So like Steve Cousy is definitely like, you know, a friend and someone I really look up to and strive to be like on the bike. He's pretty much a legend, you know. To me, he's a legend in my eyes. And so I was like, yeah, you know, I want to be with all these great people, like, you know, like Dan Henry and my buddy PJ. They're all like, to me, amazing riders, like in the Maverick area, and they like crush it in all the different disciplines. I really like those guys. So I was like going to join their team, but then I was like, you know, I just want to be around black and brown people. So
Hey, that's understandable.
You know what I mean? So
that's understandable. I think the car's moving.
all right, they can see us though.
I think a lot of people overly complicate that. Like, it's not a problem if you just want to be around your people. Like,
No,
it don't gotta be
like,
that deep.
My like cycling career, whether it was like flatland or whatever discipline, it was like just always surrounded by people who weren't black.
Yeah.
So when you see like, and when you're around other black people who are the same way, you're like, oh, so we already have that bond.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to be different, do anything different. I can just, and not saying that you have to be somebody different, but you're not always yourself.
You know, coming from New Orleans, like at the time, this is like before COVID. You know, I only really remember like riding with like 3 or 4 people, you know, in New Orleans who were black. And I would go to like this ride called Wednesday Morning Ride, WeMo Ride, you know? Great ride. But like I remember my introduction to it, this guy named Kenneth, to the military, super cool dude. He lives in Jersey, you know? He would look out for me and stuff. So him and Chris McDonald, got a lot of love for those dudes. And like, I remember like, it was like 3 of us at the WeMo ride, which was usually just like 1 or 2, maybe just 1. And then some guy, some older gentleman said something that ignorant. He's like, oh, it must be Black History Month. Look at y'all. I remember just being so pissed at that whole situation. But that's kind of like, that's just one little microaggression, right? But like, it's just constantly dealing with that. But I was lucky enough that a lot of the circles I was in New Orleans when I came up riding, like there was this club called Sugar Rush, and you know, they definitely didn't deal with that shit, and a lot of the people were younger. You know, they're more inclusive.
They weren't going for none of that.
Yeah. So it was like, you know, I definitely had like my own community, but like when it came to more like the serious racing side of things, it was like a lot less of that. Nowadays it's so different. Like I remember our first time just like going to hang out at Backyard Boogie and just being like, yo, this is crazy. This is like 80% of the people here are black.
Yeah.
Like, and this is a bike race.
Yeah.
Whether people racing or spectating.
Everybody was there and it was a good environment.
Yeah, just like if you would have told me in 2018, like, yo, you're gonna be at a bike race in a couple of years, and everybody's black and everybody's having a good time. People dancing to go-go music.
Fun time, is great camaraderie.
Yeah, it tripped me out. So, you know.
Have you ever been to One Low?
No, I've never been to One Low.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really like to go to events. I like to just go to races.
No, I feel you.
You know, but like at some point I will, you know.
Yeah, it's like the Backyard Boogie on steroids.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I mean literally steroids, because it's like 4,000 or 5,000 people.
No, I've definitely like, I think it's crazy. Like, an event like that should be supported by USAC, right?
Yeah.
USAC should be in cahoots with them. Maybe they are now, but you know, I don't know. Above my pay grade.
Yeah, above my pay grade. Yeah. No, I think I agree. 100%. And that's why I joined KRT. Shout out to my man Karan.
Understood.
And I actually did meet the young lady from SOAR. I met her at All Clubs LA, like 21 or something. When I saw it, it was just straight inspiration. And I was like, oh, I'm hitting in the right direction.
Yeah, Lana's a legend.
Yeah, Lana. I joined a black cycling club, and then I just meet this badass. Like it was just dope. Yeah. And then, like you said, that was my first real cycling race too, LA. And
okay.
Obviously, you know, Corey, Justin, Bahati, Sharon. There were black people who, I mean, white people who joined the ride, right?
Yeah,
but
for sure.
It was just like, it was a different environment. I could be myself. I was beyond curious because I didn't know anything. I didn't know anybody. I had met Karan one time.
Okay.
I met Tay and KD one time.
Okay.
Like I didn't know anybody there. So it was just like very inspiring. So I completely understand what you say when you went to the first all black bike race like that.
Yeah. Well, you know, it wasn't like all, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't
Yeah,
like,
I know what you mean.
it wasn't like all black bike race. It just happened to be a bike race in PG County.
Yeah, that
which
was
is predominantly
dominated by black people.
Where
Right? Predominantly black.
which is also like 90% of like
PG
the
County.
black cyclist
Yeah.
Facebook group.
Yeah.
It's just like all
Pretty
people
much.
from this area.
Pretty much.
I was like, yeah, I don't even be in this group. Is that everybody's already
Everybody's
like?
right here. Yeah.
I know like 80% of them already. You know, but nah, it's also cool that there's like a Facebook group
Absolutely.
for that. So
I actually just joined it. I didn't even know it was a thing until like 2-3 weeks ago.
oh yeah.
But I did jump in there, and I've been seeing traffic every now and then. Come on, young lady.
That's okay. I mean, it's for them too, you know. It's okay. How you doing? Yeah. So like, also like, so cyclocross, right? Like, I never in my life thought I'd ever do that. I was like, you telling me it's cold, it's gonna get muddy,
And you gotta
Rain.
get off, get on.
you gotta run with a bike? Well, I want to run with a bike. Man, black people want to get dirty. You know, that's what like, I remember talking to Bodie. Bodie, like he's like one half of a podcast called CX Hairs. And he lives in New Orleans. I'm like, yo, you know black people don't do this because no one wants to buy a nice bike and fuck it up in the mud and the rain. And then you're
For
dirty.
shits
You
and
can't look
giggles.
fresh in cyclocross because it's very gritty, it's very dirty, it's hard.
That's how I feel about not BMX, but like mountain freaking bikes. I think the bikes look so cool. How you doing? I think the bikes look so cool and so dope.
Wait, hold up. But you're not doing mountain biking in like muddy, rainy conditions.
So,
like
so there's
constantly.
a
And you're not
drastic
doing it in the
different
winter.
environment.
It's not the same.
Okay.
It's not the
Learn
same.
me something then. Learn me something.
You know,
We do got
granted,
somebody
like,
behind us.
I have seen.
We got a guy behind us. FYI.
Oh, okay. Granted, like it's like taboo to ride your mountain bike on the trails when they're wet.
Okay.
It's like that's just like a no-no. It's just an understood rule. You don't do that. Most races, if it rains, they'll still have something going on, I believe, but it's very few and far between. Where cross, you know, like it's like a Belgian Dutch sport.
Where it's cold and wet, 24/7.
Where it's cold and wet all the time. Where there's like, oh, you got different types of mud tires for different types of mud conditions. So, you know, you're gonna play in the mud. You're gonna get dirty. Have you ever tried pedaling in grass?
No,
Have you ever
and
tried pedaling in mud?
that's exactly why
Have you
I
ever
said I want to
tried
meet you there.
pedaling on sand?
No.
Have you ever done those things?
No.
You know what I mean? It's not for the faint of heart. There's a reason why Tom Pidcock says it's the hardest discipline he practiced. You know? There's a reason why Matthew Van Der Poel and Wout van Aert and a lot of these cross guys, you know, they can excel like on the road. Like Julian Alaphilippe comes from cyclocross. You know, some of the great World Tour pros come from cyclocross. Matter of fact, the guy who I originally got into track cycling from, let's wait.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'll just wait.
The camera's 360, man.
All
And the
right.
mics are good. I do need you to speak
All right,
up a little bit though.
Gregory Bouget
Uh huh.
comes from cyclocross. So like all these great riders come from cyclocross. So it's like, I feel like if you come from cyclocross, you can do anything. So, you know, it's like first place and last place, the effort feels the same. So I can't say that about a crit.
So cyclocross for you came after the crit, or road biking, I should say.
Kind of came around the same time.
Okay.
Oh, no, I did a little bit. I was training on the road bike, but I wasn't like doing road races. But so my buddy Rashad Mahoney, when I first moved out here, you know, he's like alley cat master bike mechanic, you know, kind of like a myth, you know. He's cool. Super cool dude, man. It was definitely like, when I first met him, I'm like, yo, this dude's gonna be like one of my closest friends, you know, that kind of vibe. Yeah, he was killing in cyclocross, and I was like, well, you know, I'm thinking about doing crits and stuff. He's like, well, yeah, that's not really that popular out here. You know, cyclocross is where it's at. I'm telling you, eventually you're gonna race cross. And my buddy Rome was like, you're gonna race cross. So we had a bet, right? Or more like we made a pact. He said he'll do one season racing at T-Town, the Velodrome, in Trexlertown, in exchange that I race a full season of cross. And I was like, all right, cool. And I was like, I built up a cross bike, and then I started racing cross. Like literally within like 2 days of having the bike built, I did my first race. It was in the rain, and it was one of the hardest cross races in the country. Charm City Cross.
Shucks.
A 2-day race, Saturday, Sunday. And when I tell that to people, they're like, that's insane. That should never been your first race.
Damn right. 2 days anyway.
Oh yeah, you know, Saturday, Sunday. So, you know, and generally nowadays, and because of that, nowadays, like I hunt for races that have like it's a 2-day race series, you know? So.
Do you, if you had to pick one practice to master, which one would it be?
What do you mean, like for me to be the best at?
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd probably be a toss-up between BMX racing and cyclocross.
Okay.
Because I feel like if you can do cyclocross, you can do any discipline. Like again, like what I said. And BMX racing is just it takes so much skill, so much finesse, and also to have so much power. And I feel like it's very rare to see someone come from the Velodrome and go into BMX racing, but it's more, you see people go from BMX racing to cyclocross or BMX racing to track sprinting. So yeah, so that's my answer. It is more crossover.
Watch this cop.
Y'all can't mess with the police. But yeah, so like cyclocross, you know, so like moving here, you know, cyclocross, like the best riders come from cyclocross and are good at cyclocross. I think like Tofik Rashir, I think that's his last name. Well, with Tofik, you know, he's Jacob Hines. You know, they're like the new school, you know, and like they crush in cyclocross, you know. Craig Etheridge, you know, amazing cyclocross rider, like is like a cyclocross legend in single speed, just a monster, you know. But we got all these great riders in the Mabra area for cyclocross, so it made the most sense to do that. We have a practice course, so I was like, you know what? I feel like there's more opportunity for me in cyclocross, even though it might not have been my preferred discipline at the time. You know?
What is your cyclocross team right now?
So I do cyclocross for 717 Cycling, but I'm working with Melanin Base Miles because I'm on Melanin Base Miles. They're starting to develop a cyclocross program. We try to get more brown and black people in cross because there's not many of us. You know, we got a lot in the crits now, which is a beautiful thing. But you know, it's time to take it off road. You know, like
for sure.
Let's get people into gravel. You know, I'm starting to see a little bit more of that.
So what type of bike? Yeah, okay, yeah. That was my next question. So I get it that you got road biking.
Yep.
You got mountain biking.
Yep.
Your BMX bikes are obviously different. You have cyclocross bikes. Now I don't know much about that. I have seen one. I think it was actually a Canyon, and it got like a random gap in between the bar or something like that.
No. So I know what you're talking about. That's a gravel bike. But I think in cyclocross, you can pull up on any bike and do it, you know?
Okay.
So it's like,
it's just the tires that change?
You change the tires, really. You know, whatever you can fit. But they are specifically made cyclocross frames. But I think cyclocross is very friendly. You can pull up on a mountain bike as a beginner. You get kind of frowned upon if you're racing with a mountain bike and you're like a higher category. You know, it's kind of like, come on, what are you doing? Because like the whole point of cyclocross is, it's like underbiking. It's like they're kind of like the wrong tool for the job.
I got you. But you're still making it fucking work.
You're still making it work.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah. So it's also up to the course designers to make it hard for, maybe this isn't the best tool for a mountain bike to win this race. So it's a very controversial subject.
So give me a quick recap of, prime example, you just raced in Colorado, you just won. So kudos to you for killing
Foco Fondo.
Explain to me a little bit how long the race is, you know, miles, time, distance.
So, you know, gravel, there's like, they don't really have different categories as in like this is Cat 1, this is Cat 5. But they do have like your individual groups that you can like podium in, like an age group,
sex or whatever?
Gender, age group,
you got you.
Things of that nature, right? So, but you have courses, right? So there was, you know, like for instance, Gravista, there was like the short course and the long course. So usually short course is like half the distance. But it depends on the race, right? So I did the 33-mile course.
33-mile course.
Yeah, and then I believe there was like a 60.
We got a headwind, so speak a little bit louder.
There was like a 60 odd number, and then I think there was a 100 and a 118. So elite race was like all the pros are doing the 118 because they want money.
Ah.
So all the other courses were like, we'll just give you prizes, and it's not money. Yeah. So you want to win the money, you got to do the ultra long distance.
So 108 miles?
18
cyclocrossing.
No. Gravel.
Oh, okay, gravel.
This is a gravel race.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Champagne gravel in Colorado. And
so Colorado was gravel, not cyclocross.
No, yes. So cyclocross season is fall, winter.
Understanding.
Cold and wet.
Dragging.
Cold and wet. Gravel is whenever you want it to be, I guess.
Yeah, got
so
you. I got you. That makes sense. So, we spoke about this on just on your training ride that we did last time.
Okay.
So, you have not attended, what is it called? The big gravel ride in...
Oh, Unbound?
Yeah, Unbound, right.
Yeah, I've never done Unbound.
Okay, but that's a 100 and a 200, right?
Yeah, I believe there's like a 30 and a 60. There's like, again, they have like, because they try to, so it's like an event where they try to make it for everyone to do. But a lot of times people just want to do the main course.
Right, and then
a lot of times people
down.
bite off more than they can chew.
Absolutely, and then they be out there stuck like a mug. Because 200 miles in gravel is crazy.
Well, it's like,
and they make
to me, gravel, not only is it like a test of your endurance, it's also a test of your stomach. It's an eating competition. Like, you have to like eat enough food to sustain like that high zone 2 effort, you know, for a longer distance, like, yo, how long can you hold like your high zone 2 for, you know? And if you don't eat to support it, you won't be able to do it. And yeah, so it's really tough. So you have to like, you know, for instance, Robin, who won the non-binary category, gender inclusive non-binary category over at Foco Fondo. I forget, I think that was the elite distance. Hopefully I'm not wrong, but you know, they told me that they ate 125 grams of carbs per hour, and they're not a large person like me. So like for me, like I'll eat that, you know, no problem. But like when you're a lot smaller, you know, you don't need as many carbs. So like, so a person eating like as much as me, like, you know, like it just hurts your gut, right? And it's really hard to keep eating, but you have to keep eating, and you're riding with a full stomach, and you have GI issues, and you have to train your stomach to handle all that. So a lot of like these gravel races when you're doing the longer distances is, like I said, it's an eating contest, and some people just don't want to do that. And you don't necessarily have to do that if the distance is a lot shorter.
So I love this. I want to, but I don't necessarily want to dig too deep into it. But for the people that don't know or that have not ridden long distances, well, how about we just use you for an example?
Okay.
Now, how much do you weigh?
I mean, a good day, 207.
207.
On a bad day, like 215.
Yeah, but how tall are you? Like 6'1", 6'2"?
It's 190 centimeters, so it's like 6'3".
Yeah, exactly. So that's not bad. Like that's actually pretty good.
Well, from a cycling perspective,
yeah, but I mean,
not the best.
As a grown man, fuck cycling right now.
Yeah, outside of cycling, I'm great. I'm fine.
Exactly.
But cycling got everybody with body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
You know,
So. Don't listen. Not everybody can be skinny like Ty or skinnier like those pros. You know what I'm saying? Because them motherfuckers need to eat. But 207 is nothing. So for your race, well, you did 30, right? Did you?
I did 33, yes.
Did you eat a lot during that, or?
Yeah, I was more focused on. I did, but I was more focused on hydrating. Let me think. I had 2 bottles, so I probably had 200 grams of carbs for in like an hour and 29 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. So you average like 20 miles an hour?
Well, according to timing, Chip. Yeah, it was over 20 miles per hour.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so that's not bad. So I'm really
also, this is off road. You got to remember.
Absolutely. No, for sure. I'm not trying to shortchange it.
Oh no, it's off road.
Anyway, I'm saying it in the line of like, for me, as someone who came from football, not cycling in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
I rode a bike my last time riding a bicycle may have been 16 until I was 30. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah, understood.
I don't. My biggest problem is eating in general. It has nothing to do with eating on the bike as well. What's that?
It's still recording.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, my bad.
So, I guess the better question is, if you were to do the 100 of Unbound,
Okay.
how much would you pack, or what do you think you would bring? That's a reach of a question, I know.
Yeah,
but-
because a lot of it has to depends on like how long do I plan on. So it's not about like the distance. It's more of like how many hours I'm going to be on the bike. And I would probably.
You want to go right? Yeah.
I'd probably like work on trying to get my gut to eat like 160, 180 grams like per hour.
Understood.
Yeah, so that's like a lot of food. So
Yeah.
I probably just have like a hydration pack full of, you know, like some type of energy carb mix, and my bottle, same thing, and have like a lot of gels, and hopefully have lots of like things I can replenish myself with at the feed station. Have like someone there with a bag, so I can replace like the hydration pack and stuff. Just like grab a musette, you know.
Got you. I got you.
But like, you know, a lot of that is like, it's like essentially having like a pit crew. So the reason why I don't like doing the longer distances is because like you have to have a lot of resources. You got to have people helping you.
You gotta
out.
have people. You gotta have
Yeah. So it's like for me, if I can do a distance where my idea for like these gravel races is like not to do a gravel race that's going to take me longer than 3 hours, because that way I don't need the support of others. So that way I can be more like, all right, well, I don't have to worry about the feed zone. I can just carry everything on me. I could like throw 2 bottles like in my chest and Camelback, have everything on me, like never have to stop at an aid station. So
Do you carry those little bags and whatnot too?
no,
Okay.
I don't carry any bags.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I don't race with a Camelback either, but if I was doing a longer, or like just like hydration pack, I should say. So, but
I got you. That makes sense.
yeah, I just like I'd rather keep it short and sweet. Like again, like I don't want to do something that's going to take me longer than 3 hours, because you know the idea for me is like I'm riding like tempo the whole time, you know, with spikes of some VO2 max and threshold.
I got
So
you. Did you know who that lady was? Did you know her?
no, not at all.
You pointed out that she was a triathlete.
Oh yeah, just because like the kit.
You could tell?
Yeah, the kit and like the bike.
I got you.
Yeah, there's like certain telltale
I was
signs.
hit, but I was like,
There's certain telltale signs, you
No,
know?
I got you,
and the
I
fact
got
that
you.
now they're running.
yeah,
You know?
no, for sure. For sure.
So,
Dreams, one day.
oh, yeah, you can do it now.
No, I mean,
But I understand.
that's the way I train, but yeah, I'm just trying to build it up.
You're trying to build it up. You can do it now, though. I've seen people with less fitness do it. So there you go.
No, for sure.
So, you know, if it's possible, you know, I think it's really like if you're actually trying to place in a gravel race, because a lot of times people are there just to participate. It's not necessarily about like trying to podium, you know? It's kind of like triathlon. It's more of like you're participating in an event, and then you have like maybe
You got to get
10% of the people actually racing it.
You got to get your feet wet. Yeah,
for sure. And like, which makes gravel very like inclusive and easy to get into, you know? But like, if you are trying to race gravel, it's probably really important to ride the course before. It's like really hard to ride like 118 miles
When you
before
never
the
did,
race.
for sure.
So what some people were doing was they'll take their car and they'll drive to certain points and maybe ride some of the parts. Like those are the people, again, these are the people who are like being competitive, racing the race, trying to actually win prize
We're doing
money.
a little bit of recon first.
You got to do recon. Like for instance,
I got you.
at my race, there was a one major deciding factor which pretty much separated the race. It was these sandy dunes, like these rollers, meaning like they're like going up and down, right? And apparently the city or the town, they decided to put a new fresh layer of like the sandy dirt.
Ooh.
And you know, you're climbing up and you're like, okay, it's like, it feels like this, but a little slippery. And all of a sudden you're like, you sink into like a sandbox and you're like,
Right,
and so if you don't know that, if you don't know that's coming up, you don't know the line to take. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna like come to a dead stop, you're gonna unclip and be like,
Gotta run up
what
it.
do I have to do? You either gotta walk up it or you can find a line, which is like riding in the grass. You have to ride in the grass, which is sketchy. but you can keep going. And then like for instance, for the race for me, right? I was with, we had a breakaway. So it was like me, this woman named Lisa, professional triathlete, I forget her last name, and this other person. He ended up being like second in the men's overall. Spoiler alert. She pre-rode the course, so she knew exactly the line to take. I saw her take that line, and I was about to do it, but I'm like, no, I feel like I'm like, this looks like solid. It was not solid. I had to unclip. Those two take off. I'm like, fuck.
Now I gotta catch him.
Excuse my language. But like, when you're off road, like, gaps can open up. Like you put one foot down, a gap can open up. Like all of a sudden, it's a 30-second gap. You know how hard it is to close a 30-second gap?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But no, but like off road, it's like
it's
that
harder.
time doubles.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
yeah. Because
like out here, it's like it's not as bad. So when I like first started doing cyclocross, I started the road timing, where I was like, oh yeah, I can close that gap. I'm like, in this amount of time. I'm like, oh nope, I actually can't. It's like double the amount, or maybe triple, depending on the surface. So that was a part of the race where like, that race could have been different for all of us if we would have everyone would have pre-rode that course. We would have known like, okay, I need to get to that part of the course first so I can get on this line. Because like, if I was like in the middle of the pack when that was going on, like there would have been no chance I've been able to podium. So just like knowing things like when to get to where to avoid certain things. Because like, it doesn't matter how fast you are. If everybody's unclipping in front of you, you gotta stop. You know what I mean?
Sure. For
so
sure.
like, yeah, so
that makes
I would
sense.
say, so yeah, so I mean, that also goes for cyclocross, so.
And when did you get this badass time bike? Because I told you before, man, I saw time a while ago.
Okay. I never thought in my life I'd ever be on a time bike. You know, it's the fanciest thing I've ever owned in my life.
Yeah, they're nice and expensive.
Yeah, I really gotta give a shout out to Tommy Bars at Cutlass Velo. And also I wanna give a shout out to the guys at Twisted Spokes, Win and Gabe. I mean, it takes a village, right?
Yeah,
they
for
essentially
sure.
like helped me get that time bike. So, you know, Tommy Bars, amazing mechanic, like the best mechanic in Mabra. You know, I stand on it. 10 toes stand on that statement. You know, he started selling time, so I was like, I want to get a time, you know? He was like, you should get a time. Well, I was like, you know, I'm racing gravel this year, and I don't want to race gravel on my cross bike because my cross bike is made for cross. I can't fit fat tires on it. And I want my gravel bike to feel more like my road bike. I want my cross bike to be only a cross bike. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Right tool for the right job.
Keep taking it apart and whatnot.
So yeah, so, you know, and it just really just started from there, really. Just like having a conversation with Tommy and then, you know, talking with the guys at Twisted Spokes and, you know, because I'm a sales rep for them.
Okay.
And so, and when you're a sales rep, you work in the industry, you get industry discounts. So,
Came
you know,
across a great deal.
And that's just how it worked out. A deal, offer I couldn't refuse.
Hey man,
you know what I mean?
I love the freaking.
So, but I'm gonna be in debt for a while, but I have a very beautiful bike, and like the craftsmanship on that bike is insane. So, yeah.
Man, it took me probably, I would say 2 years of cycling to understand that you can finance a bike.
Yes, you can. Most people don't, but you can.
And that there's insurance. Actually, I learned that.
I'm actually about to put insurance on this bike. Velo.
I learned that from Mike, I believe, or somebody. One of the freaking podcasts. They learned me something, and I learned that you can get a. I want to run over another little puppy.
No, they're unpredictable.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I just learned that you could put insurance on and it covers it.
Usually you can do it through your homeowners or renters insurance. They usually cover it.
I never knew nothing about that,
You can do it through that. So when my bike got stolen, I got a check from my renter's insurance. So, but then you can also get like insurance for your bike that caters for you racing bikes.
For all the guys that be racing.
Yeah. So I actually need to do that. I meant to do it before I went to the Foco Fondo. So, but yeah. Speaking of Foco Fondo, I wouldn't be able to do any of this gravel racing I've been doing if it wasn't for like the team Melanin Base Miles, and also like
shout out to Team Melanin Base Miles.
Melanin.
Oh,
yeah, you know, you got what we have. Right?
Yeah, I got Melanin Base Miles.
Melanin Base Miles. You know, I might not have the most melanin, but I got it. So there you go. So like, you know, Melanin Base Miles, and also like these inclusivity programs. You know, like Friends of Foco. That's the reason why they had a scholarship program. They had a BIPOC program and also like a gender inclusive program. So all my queer and non-binary folks, all my black and brown people, you know, who are new into the sport, want to participate, want to get into it, or who race, may not have the means or funds to get into it. It's like, hey, this is the opportunity for you, because we need more queer, black, and brown people, or all the above.
All the above, right?
In these spaces, you know? And I think it's really important because representation matters, right? Like, I wouldn't have been into the sport if it wasn't for, you know, seeing other black people do it. Like Gregory Bouget, Gideon Massey, Eugene Phillips, you know? And knowing people like Corey, like for a lot of people, that was Corey and Justin, you know?
Yeah, for me, that was me. That's all
so I wasn't introduced like, so they weren't my introduction, but it was other people who were my introduction, you know what I mean?
No, for sure.
So like, but yeah, but you, when you see Corey and Justin, you're like, hell yeah, you know? At the time, you know, when they were like, I feel like at their peak, like in the Rafa era, you know, like right before, not peak, but like, I think like, but like right before Legion, right?
Yeah.
You know, they were at bike races dabbing, you know, wearing
dabbing,
chains,
letting the chains be out.
Yeah.
Freaking the daggone bow and arrow, Corey coming across all that shit was so cool to me.
Yeah, people were like, yo. But, yo, it's kind of crazy, though, because cycling to me, right, I think of it, you know, it's very European, right? And I also think of it's like very, as in like, to me, it's like very like Belgian and Dutch. And like the Belgians have that very like the stereotype is like, you're a farm worker, grit. You're also like a construction worker. It's almost like that offensive lineman football mentality. Like, you don't brag. You're not really rewarded. The reward is like
the team, the
team,
winner.
like seeing, you know, just like the work that you do. So, you know, they don't like braggadocious people. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're like, but you know, shoot, you know, I think a lot about Black Americans, you know, we love to boast and brag, right?
Yeah, we're gonna let that shit show.
So it's like the counter opposite of like what's like traditional cycling culture, you know? So it's like, which is like cool, because you need that juxtaposition. But I really do appreciate like the humble, just being humble, kind of like Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders is very much like I'm not doing an end zone dance. Referee, here's the football. But you also do need your colorful characters.
Absolutely.
There needs to be a balance, you know, but
they bring culture to it, like, I don't necessarily want to say only excitement, but even if you go back to the gladiator times, when the gladiator that showed his ass and won, is just not entertainment, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just not what you came here for. You didn't come here for me to just do it and then be done with it. You came for me to give you a fucking show. So here you go.
The theatrics, right?
The theatrics behind
Muhammad Ali.
Absolutely.
Like Muhammad Ali, like learning from Gorgeous George, you got to put on a show to sell tickets.
Absolutely.
You know,
Floyd could have beat everybody. Okay, give you an example. Manny Pacquiao was winning, doing his thing, but he was quiet.
Right.
You know Floyd Mayweather worldwide because he was Pretty Boy Floyd.
Right.
And he makes more money because the theatrics before the fight.
That's true.
So I feel like it's a, you know, sometimes it's a slim line of...
It's a balancing act, right?
Absolutely.
You know?
My man Ocho Cinco, he never would have went down as one of the greatest if he wasn't, you know, doing the antics. But you even back into the 90s and the early 2000s, that was what it was for. Shannon Sharp, Ocho, like all them, they were known for that shit.
It's also like marketing, like the more popular you are, the more money you'll make, you know?
Absolutely.
Like, so it's like, but then there's like the negative side of it is like, what's the intentions of doing this? Like, are you like,
is that really who you are? Yeah, for
like,
sure.
Is this
Uncle
like,
Prime, Deion Sanders?
You know, it's like, is there insecurity?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
But like, to me, cycling is such a sport where it's like, if you're racing, it's all about being a masochist, putting yourself in a hurt box, pushing yourself to a point where you're submitting.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're pushing yourself to where you like, I don't want to do this anymore, I want to quit. You know, like especially like in cyclocross and time trials. You know, to me those are like the most honest races. You know,
so there is And
so like, in order to put yourself in that position, man, you can't be like, it's like talking smack is kind of like, no, I respect everyone who's doing this because this is really hard. Like it's almost you're putting yourself to the point where you're like, no more, I'm done. Like, I don't even want to touch the bike.
So gravel is solo, no team effort?
Oh, I mean, you can make it that way, but like the way the race ends up happening is like, you work with people, but then
somebody got to kill it.
But like, you work with people, but then at some point, they're not on your wheel anymore, and then you got to work by yourself.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it's like a solo time trial, but hopefully, it also depends on the course. Like, for instance, like the race I did, Gravista, it's a climbing race. It's literally a climbing, where like, a lot of like, we think of like Unbound, a lot of it is just like racing on the plains, a lot of straightaways, but then there's like rollers.
Flat bullshit.
Dirty
ass.
Here in West Virginia, it's like loose gravel and a lot of climbing where you can't stand up out of the saddle, you'll slip, even if you're 140 pounds, and gnarly descents. So it's just like, this depends on the course. And like, when you're on a climbing course like that, like, I don't know how the team tactics are gonna work on that,
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I'm pretty sure there is, but not at my level,
No, I get it.
I'm still an infant into all this stuff, It's just like, I have like some experience, but I'm still a baby,
No, I completely
acknowledge
understand.
that.
Completely understand. So, if I know this is going to be hard.
What's up?
So you've met so many people along this cycling journey.
Oh, yes. I have so many mentors. Like, I have so many mentors, so many friends.
Life coaches, friends, we appreciate you all. I guess that's an obvious question. I was going to say something around the lanes of, do you think like cycling has molded you into the man that you've become or are becoming? That's kind of self-explanatory because this is what you do, love.
It's like, it's just like, I cater everything into my life around racing and training. So even like the job that I work is, I'm probably could do something else and maybe make more money, but I like my schedule. My schedule allows me to race and train. So it affects my social life, but I'm okay with sacrificing my social life. It makes me, at this point in my life, makes me stronger on the bike to accomplish my goals of, I would love to be on the podium, but I don't do it to be on the podium. I do it for the experience and like to push myself to my potential and push myself to the extreme limit,
If money wasn't a goal, if money wasn't an option, it did not matter, you had it.
Okay.
What would be your dream job?
Not to have one.
What would be your dream job?
Not to have one.
I love it.
It's like, because like with a job comes like, I just want to be able to do what I want when I want, just freedom. So it's like a job does not equal freedom. And like, no matter, like I've worked in the music industry for a long time and that could be considered a dream job, but it's, when you work a job and you love it, it can become a nightmare because you have to depend on money to make it, But I mean, so.
Me and my guy had that conversation yesterday. Shout out to my man Phipps, man. Medically retired, military.
That's
and
beautiful.
We were having that conversation, and that kind of how that arose. And he was just like, I mean, if you medically retired, what would you do? And I was asking him a similar question, and he was like, bro, I love my family. I get to spend time with them, get to work out what I want. I get to take care of my beautiful daughter and wife, and
I can just work on building community.
That's exactly what he was saying.
Do the kind of work that maybe some of these institutions are like lacking to help the actual people out.
On your own time.
Boots on the ground.
For sure.
So like, yeah, that's the kind of stuff I'd really be focused on.
As a 40-year young man, do you think that you're walking in your purpose?
I don't know. I think purpose is whatever you make it, so.
Okay.
All I know is like, I'm doing the things that I dreamed about doing 10 years ago. So I look at it like that. So I don't know if that's like fulfilling a purpose or not, but it's me just living my life, just having a reason to wake up and get out of bed. So that's being honest.
Nah, hey man, I understand it. This is just purposeful conversation, so I'm asking you about the purpose.
Yeah, for sure.
But nah, that's the greatest part about purpose. I think everybody has their own dictionary definition about it. And you know, like you said, everybody's purpose is different. Even if you have one or don't have one.
Oh, for sure.
That's just who you are. So when is the next race? You're good.
You guys are okay. We're going around you guys. No problem. So, I originally was going to do Dirty Kitten Sunday or Saturday this weekend, but I decided against it because, you know, I didn't know how much racing at altitude was going to affect me. So, I don't know. It's kind of dead until like cyclocross.
Okay.
I was thinking about doing this gravel race in West Virginia. I forget the name of it. It's in August. And if I did do that, that'd be maybe my last gravel race for the season. But I did apply for a grant to race in Colorado in October.
Hey, back to Colorado.
So that'll be
fun and cold.
So if I do get that grant, that'll be my last gravel race. But cyclocross season's starting up, so I'm practicing for cyclocross, and my first cyclocross race is like probably the first or second week of September. So.
Well, is the gravel race in October going to be like a weekend, obviously?
Yeah, of course.
Well, let's hope, fingers crossed, it's a home game.
Okay.
For Colorado Buffs.
Okay.
AKA Uncle Prime.
Okay.
We coming, baby, because if he having a gravel race in Colorado and I can be in that environment,
you're going to be there.
We going to be at the gravel race,
right.
And we going to be at the motherfucking football game. I'm telling you right now.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah. So.
All right, I know you listening, you watching Tootie, or you coming with us. But either way, we're gonna be in Colorado.
No doubt. But yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'm doing a USTX series, so that means that's a US Cyclocross series. And yeah, so that's like Rochester Cross, Go Cross in Roanoke, Virginia. Then we got Charm City Cross, probably the best, most attended cross races in the country.
That's here?
In Baltimore City.
That's here.
Druid Hill Park.
Druid Hill Park.
Druid Hill, baby.
When is that?
What's up?
When is that?
I think it's I think last weekend of September.
I need you to remind me about this
you need to be there.
I would love to be there.
It's a spectacle, man.
I would love to be there.
There's going to be like pros from Belgium there, and like it's going to be sick.
I don't care about the weather. Just let me know. I will try to be there.
All right. You're not racing it.
Yeah, September. Exactly.
It's either going to be really hot or cold and rainy. There's no in between.
That's fine. We can do both.
So, you got a rain jacket. It'll be all right.
Hey, you will. Let me know. I would love to attend.
Yeah. So, and then I'm pretty sure it's like the one in Waterloo, Wisconsin, which is like the Trek Cup.
Okay.
I think I forget the name of it, but Trek puts that race on. So yeah. So I plan on doing that whole series, and then maybe I want to do like, there's a race in Northampton, NoHo Cross, which is put on by the legend Adam Meyerson, who's definitely been a huge mentor to me in like crit racing and cyclocross, like extremely knowledgeable, like just always pointed me in the right direction, man. Like I got a lot of love for that dude, you know. He's helped out so many of my friends, and yeah, man, he's a good dude, you know. I always wanted to go to his cyclocross race. I heard so many great things about it, so. But yeah, so that's kind of like mainly my cyclocross calendar, and then the rest of it's like whatever, like local races. So we have a crazy local scene here, and it's crazy that I don't race locally.
Come on, man, do better for Baltimore.
Well, I mean, more like the state, because we only have one race in the city.
The Charm City one.
Charm City, which is one of the biggest races, oddly enough. So, yeah.
Oh, that was one more question that I had. You brought up rollers.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how beneficial are rollers?
I mean, it just depends on what
for your training purposes.
It just depends on what you're trying to accomplish, right? Because like,
I love how you keep saying this, and you're not like giving an indefinite. I hate when people give indefinites because everybody's different. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
It's it's the right tool for the job. Sometimes a direct drive trainer or a wheel-on trainer, like a fluid trainer, might be the right tool for the job. You know, sometimes the rollers might be the right tool. It just depends on what you're trying to accomplish. You know, I spent a lot of time on rollers because coming from track's all about leg speed, you got one gear. So you need to be able to like, you know, have that torque power, you know, like being able to like get a gear from like, you know, I don't know, 30 RPM and wind it up to 150 RPM, like in a race scenario. So you need to be comfortable riding a low torque and having like no torque and spinning out of control. So, you know, so like, I think it's like, it just depends. You know, some people I know do their endurance rides indoors on like for an hour on rollers. Some people rather be on a turbo trainer on Zwift. It just depends on what works for you. I do think that if you want to have smooth power and clean up your pedal efficiency, rollers are the way to go. You can't cheat rollers. You can cheat outside and you can pedal like all kind of square, but if you want to pedal with efficiency, you gotta ride rollers. You can't ride them and be all over the place. You know, if you start, you know,
you're gonna be on the ground.
See, we start kind of like, you know, bumping up and down like that. You know, it's like you can't really ride the rollers like that. You know, so in order to ride the rollers efficiently and fast, you have to have good technique. So there you go. So
they're definitely good for technique, good for your core because you're holding yourself up. I feel like that's where I got lazy at during the winter when I would get on the trainer, and like you said, I would turn on Zwift, or I would my biggest thing, bro, I have this thing about riding on streets.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't get hit off, and I don't want to use the word never, but I didn't get hit off, but I had a few scares, and so I got like conditioned to being content with the Zwift.
Okay.
And then when I got out there, I rode a nice little 30-mile ride with some people in Georgia.
All right.
And my body was like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's not the
back
same.
Hurting, hands hurting, butt hurt. Like my sitting was perfectly fine because I was, you know, sitting on the trainer for an hour, 2 hours, whatever. Right. But like, you know how like your core comes from being in this angle or that whatever angle that you ride in, and on the trainer, it's holding me up so I can watch a movie, eat bullshit, text for an hour or two. Like, I definitely can see how rollers can be beneficial. That's why I was asking.
Oh no, for sure. Like, it's like a trick. You don't actually have to. You can go there's like professionals who've never ridden rollers before. You know, so it's like, which sounds crazy, but like it's true. So it's like something you don't necessarily need. It depends on what your goal is. It depends on what you're trying to do, what you're trying to fix. You know, like it's a tool.
No, I understand.
So like, I mean, I have rollers. I have like a fluid trainer. I have
a big ass rock.
Yeah, right. I have a direct drive trainer, you know, so it's like I use them all for different reasons and different things. So it's like it's whatever, you know. So I definitely encourage, like, if someone's new into cycling, like I think rollers are difficult. So like the more you're like learning how to clip in and clip out and like learning all that stuff, like get on rollers right away because you'll be at more of an advantage. You know, like when you try to do it when you're already like established, maybe a little kind of like, I don't know, a little weird to kind of go back to like a beginner again, you know?
No, for sure.
Maybe they blow the ego.
For sure.
So, yeah, I like roller. Like when I first got my bike, the first thing I was like, okay, I gotta learn how to track stand and ride rollers. So.
Yeah, I saw you with that track. How long was that?
The track stand?
Yeah, you were doing the track stand in Colorado.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. So there was like Feral Clothing. They had a track stand contest, you know, and I just was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. But like someone had like a
minute and something.
It was like a minute and 30 something.
Yeah.
So I was like, I could beat that. So
let me get out there and strut them off.
So I think mine was like around 4 minutes.
That's crazy.
But,
yeah, because I saw the girl walk the shot you with a little.
What you didn't see was I was shot 3 times. That was just like
they were trying to knock you off.
Earlier, yeah. Because they're like, oh, you're doing too well, so we'll have to distract you. And like, as soon as they were talking about me and then shooting the Nerf gun and talking about it and then talking about me like holding it, that messed up my concentration. You know, but
they caught you.
But like once you kind of like see like a bar, you're like, oh, well, I can beat that. So if someone would have been like, I did it for 7 minutes, I'm like, yeah, I can do 7 minutes, and then I would have like focused on trying to do 7 minutes. But like once I like kind of beat what was going on, I kind of like.
That was after the race or before the race?
Oh, this was the day before.
Oh, gotcha.
So there was like a shakeout ride. Yeah, so yeah, shout out to like Feral Clothing for like having throwing on a cool little event like that at like the bike race, you know. So
Nah, that was pretty dope to freaking watch.
yeah.
So is there anything in specific you want to tell these good people?
Let's see. I think one, if you're serious about cycling, if you're serious about racing, if you're serious about improving, you have to do structured training.
You have to do what?
Structured training. Also, get a mentor. Get a mentor. It's okay to ask people questions. I'm always at races talking to people. If you're not good at something, talk to someone who's better than you at it. Figure out what they're doing, figure out their habits, you know. I'm doing this, I'm asking questions to my friends all the time. Like in cyclocross, like my buddy Ryan Popple was probably like the fastest in the country when it comes to clearing the barriers, like bunny hopping the barriers. And so I literally like talk to him about it. I send him footage of me doing it, and we talk about it and I'll ask all kind of questions, you know, and he reciprocates, you know, just like tells me what's up, and we talk about things. We share information with each other all the time, you know, and help each other out, you know. So, but like, yes, you can go on YouTube, but like, you need somebody in person with you to kind of show you the ropes. You need an OG. Everyone needs an OG. Like, you know, and don't worry about ego. Let the ego go. You know, it's okay to be an apprentice, you know? And influencers are also not mentors generally, you know? So what I'm trying to say is like, talk to people who've been in the sport, who've been doing it. Don't be afraid to go to the big events. Talk to people. If someone's better than you at something, ask questions, you know? Again, like when I did the Hillbilly Roubaix race, I was staying with like Ryan Popple, and I got to see like his routine, like his eating routine, like his recovery routine. And then like that influenced me. So now like before I was always lazy with the foam rolling, now like after a hard workout, I'll spend about 30 minutes on the foam roller and then like 20 minutes stretching, you know? So yeah, just talk to people, get a mentor. That's really what I have to say. Don't be afraid to talk to people. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to share information with others. Like, don't gatekeep. Like, everyone, let's all get better together.
I like it. I like it.
There we go.
I agree with you, man. I'm a big advocate in asking questions, doing better, trying to be better, learning from others. Why fail when success is free is the way I look at it. Right. If you can learn from somebody else's mistakes, why not? And if that person don't want to give it to you, then that's just not the person for you.
That's all right, you know.
But somebody else will. And like you just said, there's so many people out there, you know, that are willing to. Don't get caught up in the facade of social media and all those fake people.
Please don't.
That shit is fake.
Please don't.
That shit is fake, man. Coming from a content creator himself, that's fake. But the crazy part about it, we all got content, man. Our life is content. It's just you're not putting it out there like that, so that's just what it is. But everybody's life is content. You are great. You're important. Yeah, man.
Yeah, for sure, no doubt. Have an OG.
Hey, man.
Every rookie needs a vet.
Hey, I appreciate it. I got more questions, but we're gonna keep them off of here.
All right.
I got to get a little bit stronger. And
okay.
You're the man that I need to ask questions to.
Yeah. What's up?
No, that's it.
All right, cool.
Anything else you want to say?
That's pretty much it. You know, it's, I guess like shout out to like 717 Cycling and Melanin Base Miles, SOAR Foundation, PMA Velo, like those groups. You know, like they show me so much love and support. Again, like shout out to my coach Adam Berg. Shout out to Coach Larry Foss. Shout out to my first cycling coach. Man, I can't. Coach Chris Gill. Coach Chris Gill out of Trinidad and Tobago. You know, pretty much the first person who approached me at the Velodrome. You know, so like, yeah, my first cycling coach is black.
Hey.
You know what I mean? Like from the Velodrome. So
that's
like,
crazy.
yeah. So shout out to Chris Gill. My buddy George Cordado, holding down for the guys at Sunbirds. And yeah, shit. Tommy Bars, Marzell in Philly. Like, there's too many people to name, you know? Like,
So many freaking people.
yeah, it's too many. I'm missing out a lot of people, but like, again, it takes a village.
Hey,
So,
man. And we appreciate you all, and I appreciate you as well for letting me jump in here. I appreciate you for y'all don't know this, man, but this man was, he commented on one of my videos, and it was like, hey, be better, do better, motherfucker. It's like, nah.
I did not say that. Yo, don't slander me like that.
Nah. You were very supportive, man, and it was really inspirational, right? Because I didn't know anything about you, didn't know who you are, and you commented, and then you commented again, and it was just like, damn. And then we had transitioned to like Instagram, right? And it was just very motivational, because it was like somebody that was looking out, but also teaching me along the freaking way. Oh. And then even, no, seriously though, seriously. And then when we came out here, I don't want to say I was like over biking, but I was like, just life was lifing, and I was tired.
For sure. No doubt.
But you're consistent, and your persistence like pushed me into being like, yo, get on the bike, get back active, get back doing these freaking miles. And
yeah, we did 2 hours that day.
Huh?
We did 2 hours that day.
Yeah, we did freaking 2 hours, and I was just like,
you're like, oh, that was 2 hours?
Yeah, it was
wow.
like, it worked out perfectly, even with the, the camera. Like, I clearly am still making videos and shit like that, but like, you pushing me to come out here, and you told me so many great people that I've met along the way, and I just never thought, hey, let me go interview that person. And it's crazy, because as soon as we had these conversations, the next day I came out here to ride, and there was Ed, and there was so many other freaking...
Yeah, I just want to see, like, I genuinely want to see people do their best. I want to see people grow. I want to see people get better. You know, I want to see people, not do things the hard way, but the right way, the easy way,
Hey, I appreciate it.
Like,
I appreciate it 100%.
Yeah, dude, you're important. You're like literally documenting, like, the scene, interviewing people who may not get interviewed. So I think I was a fan of the content. I was watching all the videos and appreciating it. I thought it was really refreshing. So. And
that was the goal. And that it was just I'm trying to put the words together, because it's hard to say, only because I'm trying to say it in the most professional manner.
Okay.
But you were definitely just inspirational, because you know how like you can always do something, but you never know that you're doing the right thing. Okay. Like, I feel like, and this is no slight to anybody else that does content like this, but I felt like when I first started, I was so empowered to give those great people like you and others a voice who don't technically have one as big as other people. And that was the goal for the podcast in general.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, we love the Corey's, Justins, Bahadis, all these other great people, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But cycling is way bigger than 4 people, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Sadly, those stories never get out. But you being on my back, or you even commenting, was very like, damn, I don't know this guy from a can of milk, but this guy is telling me the content was great and X, Y, Z, and then we came out here and we had a 2-hour, very good ride. It was your recovery ride, and I wasn't even in top tier shape to be riding fast anyway, so I was like, that's great. But again, I come from I would just say, ignorant era of, I gotta compete and push. So when you were like, yo, I race, I'm like, damn, now I gotta get in top tier shape just to ride. And the crazy thing is, I have heard that before, that you don't freaking need that, right? But I was just disappointed with myself.
Okay.
Because I wasn't where I wanted to be physically.
Yeah, for sure.
And you were basically giving me the opportunity to get out here and document some greatness, man, and I appreciate it.
I need to...
That's all I'm trying to say in a nutshell.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm secure with who I am and what I am and my abilities, so it's like, I don't see a point in like, you ride hard on the workouts when you have to ride hard. Like, trust me, like on the hard workouts, a lot of times I dread them, because I'm like, I got to put myself in a lot of pain. So, I ride hard when it's hard and ride easy when it's easy. That's essentially it. Save the hard days for races.
I appreciate it, man, and I appreciate you. and we're gonna get some more great people out here. And yeah, man, if y'all are watching this and you are inspired as well, you want to get an interview, I am at FitDadTy on Instagram, or you can reach out to my guy Amahl, and we can make some shit shake.
A future associate producer.
Hey, a future associate producer. I appreciate you. I'll be busy, man. But what I will say is, as long as we schedule something, we can definitely make it freaking happen. And I will actually appreciate the ride, whether it's fast or slow, because it's just going to help me out for my training for this stride that's on the way. And as usual, man, be you, be true. Let the universe do the rest. I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate you too, my guy.
All right, hey, how will you holler back? Yeah, I feel like I didn't say anything too stupid, so I'll be all right.
Oh, never such thing. Never such thing.
Yeah, I got this back from the bike shop. They added like feel the grip.
Yeah,
grab it right there. Nice. No, grip. No, feel it right there. You see how it feels different?
Oh, it's like a little. It feels like a.
Yeah, there's stuff in there to make it like easier for me to grip when sprinting. Yeah, so little secret tips, you know.
I like that. What's going on right here?
Oh, this is a sticker.
What is it say?
MF Doom, the rapper.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
What about the graffiti?
The same thing, MF Doom. So it's the same. It's just same thing. And like, you know, I just personalized my bike. You know, you got Inspire on your bike.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I personalized this sticker right here. It's from like a video game. So yeah, I just wanted to make the bike. This is of my friend who's a burlesque dancer. They had stickers. I was like, yeah, I'll put that on my bike. So yeah.
Like, it is dope.
Yeah, so it's just.
I love when people
personalize it, you know.
Yeah, make it different, make it genuine, make it, you know, who you are.
Yeah, it's like everybody pulls up the bike and they got the same kind of bike. So how I separated from the other bike? Well, I got stickers on it. So